Hello, everyone, and welcome to our Fireside chat about how mentorship transforms lives. I'm Shikha Bajaj, a mentor, an executive, a board member, and the author of award-winning book, Own Your Color. I have firsthand seen how mentorship has transformed my life and thousands of people that I have mentored and people who are reading the book. Joining me today are two exceptionally fantastic women who are also dedicated to the power of mentorship. First, we have Stephanie. Welcome, Stephanie. She's the executive director of Big Brother, Big Sisters of Mercer County, a powerful organization that has been transforming lives through one-on-one mentoring for youth. We are also joined by Chelsey Baker, the founder and CEO of National Mentoring Day, a movement that has brought global awareness to the importance of mentoring relationships. Today, we all will dive into what is mentorship, why it matters, the missions behind these amazing organizations, Big Brother, Big Sister, and National Mentoring Day, and how my book, Own Your Color, ties into it all. So let's get started. Stephanie, I'll start with you. Big Brother, Big Sisters has been a cornerstone of mentorship for so long, and it's a national organization that's been creating impact. Can you please tell us about the mission of Big Brother, Big Sister, and why is mentorship important for young people?
Thank you so much, Shikha. So happy to be here today. Big Brothers Big Sisters mission is to create and support one-to-one mentoring relationships that ignite the power and promise of youth. Our work focuses on providing a trusted, consistent presence in the lives of young people, many of whom are facing significant challenges. And we primarily work in Mercer County and in communities like Trenton, New Jersey, where poverty, educational inequality, and systemic barriers can limit opportunities for youth. So today, the need for mentorship for youth is more urgent than ever for many reasons. But one thing I do want to highlight is the growing need for youth mental health support. Many young people are facing increased levels of stress, anxiety, and uncertainty about their futures, and our mentors provide a vital lifeline for kids with a safe, supportive space where they can express their feelings, build resilience, and gain a sense of belonging. So through these relationships, we have seen real measurable results. Our littles, in fact, report a 14% decrease in depressive symptoms such as anxiety, thanks to the guidance and encouragement and stability that their mentors provide. So it really is just about helping young people feel seen, heard, and valued in the face of life's challenges. So with the support of a mentor, kids can envision a brighter future for themselves and see the positive impact unfold that we see in our mentors, our bigs and littles lives every day, both emotionally and mentally.
Thank you so much, Stephanie. Chelsey, you created National Mentoring Day just to elevate the importance of mentoring relationships globally. Can you tell us what inspired you to start this initiative and what has been your journey like?
Thank you so much for inviting me here today. It's wonderful to be here. And I'd just like to take this opportunity to thank you both for the amazing work that you're doing in the field of mentoring and beyond. You're changing lives. And like I said, I'm just so happy to be here today. Thank you. So I created National Mentoring Day because, there was just this real need for mentoring to be accessible to everyone all over the world. Why shouldn't everyone have a mentor? Everyone deserves a mentor. So it's grown into the largest celebration of mentoring in the world. And our mission was very clear, that everyone, regardless of their age, race, gender, background, or circumstances, should have access to mentoring. And it's just the gift that keeps on giving, as we all know. And now we're the only organization in the world that's here and exists to support the work of, showcasing programs like Big Brother, Big Sister, and highlighting the valuable work that you do, because without this kind of national global day of recognition for mentoring, we're here to inspire others to take up that call to be a mentor or to seek mentoring. So yeah, thank you for inviting me.
So glad you're here. I'll go back to you, Stephanie. Can you share one or more story, any experience from your time at Big Brother, Big Sister that really impacts how mentorship is changing lives?
Absolutely. So I joined Big Brothers Big Sisters a little bit over a year ago. And through getting out there and getting introduced to our incredible community of bigs and littles and families and champions and those who really believe and support our mission, one of the things that has really impacted me the most are some of the conversations that I've had with some of our bigs. One experience that really stands out to me was the first time I met a former big named Hal English. Hal is a very accomplished leader in our community. He's the president of our local chamber of commerce, and he is a very successful individual. And the first time I met him, he shared his very deep and heartfelt reflections on his time as being a mentor in our program. And that despite all of his professional successes, he emphasized that being a big was one of the most rewarding and impactful roles he's ever taken on. So Hal and his little were matched 13 years ago, and they are still in touch today. And when they first met, his little was shy and reserved and really unsure about his future. But Hal offered him steady guidance, meeting with him for a few hours a month, and really providing his little with that unwavering support to help him see new possibilities for himself. So today, that same little is thriving in college and actively pursuing a career in the performing arts. So he's gone from being extremely shy and so uncertain about himself and his future to being proud to be in front of the camera, which is just so incredible. So he enjoys being in the spotlight, and it's something that he would not have considered without the encouragement and belief that Hal really showed in him. So it really is something that, for me, not only hearing the impact on our littles and their families, but it's the impact that the experience also has on the bigs. It's truly a life-changing opportunity for them to be able to give a few hours of their time each month to really not only shape their littles' life, but their own, and to really create a connection that lasts far beyond their time in the program itself.
Yeah, thanks, Stephanie, for sharing that. Seeing Hal and his little live in spotlight last week, you're so right about it. That mentorship truly, truly gives, and is such a fulfilling thing. Being a mentor, having done that, I totally, totally agree with what you said. Chelsey, congratulations. 10th anniversary of National Mentoring Day. That's amazing. I can't even imagine how you feel. What message or call to action would you like to share with people? And why should organizations really take part in National Mentoring Day coming up on October 27th?
Oh, thank you. So, there's a real many different reasons why they should take part. But firstly, it's to, if you have an internal mentoring program, if you have an external mentoring program, if you support a mentoring program, then this is your time to share the impact that you've made, the stories, the news, the case studies. Without the stories, we don't have the mentoring. It's the life transforming stories that we've just heard from Stephanie, Big Brother, Big Sister, are doing. These are the stories that need to be told. Why? Because if we tell the stories, we inspire the next generation to become mentors. We inspire others. And National Mentoring Day is that day of the year where we celebrate the transformational impact of mentoring. And by us sharing our stories like we're doing today on this discussion, we allow people to be able to say, actually, they put their hand up and say, I really need the support of a mentor. I really need some guidance in my life, my business, my career. And that's where we help raise up, the next generation of people wanting to pay it forward, because everyone has experience, knowledge, and skills to share as a mentor. We advocate that anyone could be an inspirational role model or mentor. Sometimes just one word or your presence is often enough to change someone's life. So I never had a mentor, and this is why I founded National Mentoring Day. And I went on to mentor hundreds of youth, hundreds of students, hundreds of businesses. And I saw the transformational effect that this was having by just me passing on what I already knew, what my skill stack of knowledge, just to pass it on to someone else. It was the biggest reward ever to see someone grow as a result of my guidance. And, you know, the gift that keeps on giving, that's what I say. So I think for organizations, you know, it's about highlighting your success stories and impact. National Mentoring Days towards the end of the year. So what's the data? What's the impact of your program? Or, you know, what's happened for the rest of the year? Announcing your new plans. But more importantly, thanking those who have selflessly given their time to mentor others. So thanking, acknowledging, and recognizing the people who mentor, but recognizing the efforts and achievements of the mentee. It's about them and their growth. So we have over 150 free resources to take part, and this is all for you to obviously amplify the great work that you're doing and inspire others to become a mentor. So we exist to support mentoring programs, mentors and mentees, and just celebrate and help them on their journey.
That's awesome. Thank you so much for sharing that, Chelsey and Stephanie. It's just amazing to see how mentoring can transform lives, and the amount of impact each of your organizations and people participating in it are creating, like at a grassroots level, is nothing but inspiring.
Thank you. Thank you.
Absolutely. And this has been a really great conversation. And Shikha, if you don't mind, I'd love to turn it over to you and ask and learn a little bit more about your journey as a senior executive, a mentor, and an author. Well, may we ask you a few questions, Shikha?
Of course.
Excellent. So I do want to say I've got your book right here. And this incredible book, Own Your Color, focuses on helping people unlock their potential through mentorship. Tell us a little bit about what was your motivation for writing the book, and how do you hope it influences the readers?
Yeah, thanks for asking, Stephanie. So the reason I wrote the book was because I personally realized that I actually did not have a mentor when I moved to United States of America 17 years back. So just figuring out life on my own without a godfather or mentor was far from easy. But when I actually got the courage to ask for help and seek a mentor, that's when I was really able to live a fulfilling life. And then to add on to that story, during COVID, I witnessed how millions of women were quitting corporate America because they did not have the right support at home or at work. And when I created a grassroots program, the confidence, the courage, and the optimism and the support that they got made them really unlock their own potential, which made me just feel like, well, it needs to happen at a broader scale. So just like you, Chelsey, you wanted to create something so that mentorship can be recognized and embraced. I felt I had to do something to give back. And a lot of times I realized that we end up being our own blockers. So I wrote the book so that people can really get out of their own way, get the hope to seek the help, and also pay it forward. So seek mentors as well as become mentors. And as the book says, there is a self-mentoring tool called Mentor. So you should find mentors, become a mentor, but also have your own secret tool to help you advance in life and be happy and successful.
Absolutely. Thank you so much for sharing all of that. And when we're talking about folks who are just starting out as a mentor, what advice do you have for people who are just diving in? How can they be most effective in that very important role?
Yeah, that's a great question. As Chelsey was saying, we all have strengths and skill sets to help. We sometimes just don't realize it. So my biggest advice and ask from anybody who wants to be a mentor is create a safe and supportive space where you give the confidence to a mentee so that they can be vulnerable, they can express their challenges, their desires, and even their doubts, right? Like be that cheerleader telling them that I'm here for you and we'll figure it out together. just providing that safe space and that help so that they can see their own strengths rather than focus on their weaknesses is the biggest role a mentor can play, to be that guiding light.
I love that. Be the guiding light. Beautiful.
Yeah, exactly. And I think as for mentees, right, like sometimes it's like, you don't know. I don't know what I really need help in, but I definitely have dreams and aspirations. So one thing I've learned like over the years, 20 plus years of mentoring, is just be open and be proactive and intentional. Help your mentor help you. So you take the first step to say, this is what I want, or I'm not sure what I want, but this is who I am. And these are my hopes and aspirations. And then your mentor will find a way to meet you midway, and you guys will figure out a journey together. But both of you end up really learning a lot, giving confidence, hope, and optimism, as well as the right mindset and the skill set and the tool set. You just have to take that step. I personally believe, I've seen it, there is a lot of strength in asking for help. So asking for help is not a sign of weakness. If you say, I need help, that means you're self-aware. That means you know you have dreams, and the universe will find you the right mentors for you to get to your next state.
I love that. I love that. Can I just add in, Shikha, about being vulnerable, because this is coming out, as long as there's that psychologically safe environment, is if
Absolutely.
you don't know what you want to do with your career, or you don't know where you're going, or you're having challenges and you've got these obstacles you're facing, share that with your mentor, and that's where we're coming from, a place of vulnerability and authenticity. That's
Absolutely.
where profound growth can really happen, when you finally say, actually, yeah, I don't know what I'm doing. I need advice. I need help. Oh, thank you.
I'll just say one thing, Chelsey. You read my mind. So own your color. The first thing it says is just be authentic. So owning your color is own your whole self. And if you are authentic, you will be bold and you will grow. Just be authentic.
I love that.
I love that. And I think to add on to that, I think what's so important is that we're talking about being a mentor or being a mentee at all different stages of your life and of your career. So at Big Brothers Big Sisters, we work with young people, but we work with kids who need that extra support and that guidance. But then we also have programs where we have high school students that actually serve as mentors and role models to elementary school students in their community. So we see sort of this full circle experience here for students, grades kindergarten through 12. But then once we get past, our schooling, getting into the workforce and getting into our careers, that's such a unique opportunity then to continue to seek out mentors and look for folks that can help support us and guide us as we sort of navigate that next mile in our lives, but then also be able to pay it forward and see other colleagues and peers and folks that are around us that we can provide that support to. So it is really a lifelong journey, that, again, you have to have that vulnerability and that ability to say, I need a little bit of help, but also the ability to say that you can recognize when folks around you might need a little bit of help as well. So it's all full circle.
I love that.
Totally.
And I always say it's about, we've all had mentors now, but it's about sending the elevator back down, paying it forward. And one of our call to actions, you just reminded me, Stephanie, thank you. The main global call to action is that everyone mentors one person on or around the 27th of October for National Mentoring Day. Why do we do this? Because the ripple effect is it'll affect not only that person, but the whole family, the community,
Absolutely.
the workplace can benefit. And of course, the statistics are that if you've been mentored, you go on to mentor others. So I've got a question now for Shikha as well. What steps can organizations take to really encourage mentorship and to truly build that culture, where you're able to foster growth and development for employees?
Yeah, that's a great question, Chelsey. I think for any organization or institution or a school or a college, you have to embrace mentorship into your DNA. It's not a checklist item. It's not something you do only on October 27th because it's a National Mentoring Day. It's something that you commit to at all levels. And it from top down to grassroots, like you should really know why mentorship is important and then make sure that that message is equally understood and embraced. That's number one. Number two, I think you have to invest and promote mentorship. And investing again means not just awareness and visibility, but also providing platforms like mentorship programs where people are actually taught to be how to be good mentors, how to be proactive as mentees, and how to get the most out of that relationship. Not all mentoring relationships are set up in heaven. Sometimes they don't go well, and you should know when to pivot. And there is no shame in needing to pivot, right? It's not a failure. But unless you have a program that actually ensures that mentors and mentees are matched in a thoughtful way, there is a lot of feed and nurture around those relationships. There is a lot of cross-generational discussion around why mentorship. It's really hard to actually build it into your DNA. And then I would say you also have to recognize and reward mentorship, right? So going back to Hal English and the Little, right? So Big Sisters does an amazing job by actually recognizing mentors and mentee, the matches at a local and a global level. And I think it really helps because it not only inspires others to look up as to what a good mentoring relationship looks like, but it also encourages others to just be mentors and mentees. So I think that recognition is extremely important. And then last but not the least, right? Something that you said, Chelsey and Stephanie, mentorship is important at all levels, irrespective of your age, your race, your gender, your ethnicity. We all deserve a mentor and we should seek a mentor. And similarly, it is our responsibility, duty, and privilege to also pay it forward, to give the gift of giving by sharing what we know best in terms of our strengths. So this whole cycle of optimism, hope, and growth needs to go on. And for that, unless organizations commit to investing and promoting mentorship across levels, it can't happen. So I think these are a few things that everybody needs to do and do it in a
I
whole...
love that. On the promotion side, this is why, we're the only organization in the world that's promoting the impact of all these beautiful mentoring programs all over the world. The promotion and the acknowledgement and the recognition that Stephanie was talking about, it's so important that we recognize the people who are mentoring, because we're paving the way for the next cohort of mentors to take up that call to mentor. So thank you, Shikha, for answering that question. That's fantastic. I'll leave it to you now to wrap up.
Yeah, no, thank you so much, Stephanie and Chelsey, for your insightful contributions today. I am so excited about the power that mentorship holds, and I would love to hear any closing comments from each of you. So I'll ask you, Stephanie, any last comments or thoughts?
Absolutely. This has been such a wonderful conversation, and I thank you both for your leadership in this space and for making this connection for all of us to have the time to connect today. And I think, when I reflect on this conversation that we've had here, we've all talked so much about how anybody can be a mentor. And I know that was woven all throughout your book, Shikha, and Chelsey, that's at the heart of your message and the work that you do. And one thing that we always say here at Big Brothers Big Sisters is that to be a mentor, you don't have to be perfect, but you just have to be present. And being able to donate that time and sharing that gift that you have with somebody else will change both of your lives. And you don't have to be perfect to do it. You don't have to be an expert in any space, but it's just something that to be able to give that experience to somebody else, you just have to be present. So we all know that the role that mentorship has had on all of our lives and the lives of others around us. So it's a gift that we're able to give. And I'm very appreciative for this conversation today and the work of everybody who's mentoring worldwide.
Oh, that's
Thank
amazing.
you, Stephanie.
Thank you. I love that. And I think I think closing remarks is following perfectly on from Stephanie here, because, I get asked that question all the time. Like, do I have enough skills or experience to be a mentor? Everyone has life skills to pass on to someone. I was recently speaking at a university, and, one of the young girls came up to me and I was like, you got into university, you took your degree, you can pass on that information to someone else who's wondering, how do I do that? So for me, I think that the key message as well is that, I'm a leading business mentor, is that, there's lots of people who do business mentoring, but if you do business mentoring, use your skills as a force for good. I go and I mentor in America, I mentor all over. I work with different communities, underserved, underrepresented communities. And I use my business mentoring skills and communication skills to help. So it's really using your mentoring skills, knowledge, and experience as a force for good, I think is number one message, because everyone has something to learn as a mentee rather, and everyone has something to share as a mentor. And then year round, we mentor, we don't stop. National Mentoring Day will come and go. That's the day when it's the collective collaboration where we're all, as a world, globally, we're united in mentoring, which is our tagline. This is where the unity comes from, because, mentoring is there to literally bridge that skills gap that as a society that we face. We've really got to use mentoring to fill in those gaps. And I think that's where the urgent call to action of mentoring is really coming into place. And then year round, we're just here to promote and share your wonderful mentoring stories to inspire others. So thank you for having me here today.
Thank you, Chelsey. Thank you, Stephanie. I would just say, own your color. You all have something to give. And when you give, that's when you live. So take a moment, be a mentor, give back, and the joy that you get by actually changing not one life, because when you mentor, many lives are changed. Lives of people that they live in the family, community, workplace. So the triple effect is far, far reaching. Don't wait for National Mentoring Day, but definitely take that time, specifically that day, to share more stories, recognize, reward mentorship, and definitely invest and promote it. Be a mentor.
Be a mentor. I like that. And on behalf of National Mentoring Day, I'd like to recognize all the great work that Big Brothers, Big Sisters is doing. And you, Shikha, with Own Your Color. And thank you for both, all the incredible work that you've done in changing lives. Thank you.
Thank you so much. And thanks for joining me both. I really, really appreciate it.
Thank you. It's been a pleasure.
Bye, everyone.
Bye-bye.